very urgent. Your soulmate is begging you to hear the truth before they disappear. Jesus says, "My child, sit still and let me show you a face you have always known was out there, a smile that would feel like coming home after a long war." Your soulmate has a laugh that sounds like morning light breaking over a quiet garden, and their hands were made to fit perfectly into yours. They carry a tenderness the world has tried to crush, and right now they are crying out in a silence that was never their choice, because a hateful third person built a wall between you. That wall has been stealing every call, every quiet thought of you they have ever sent into the night. For months, maybe years, their heart has been reaching toward yours like a flower turning to the sun, but the enemy's cold hand kept blocking the light. Now the enemy's fingers are slipping, and you are finally feeling the ache of a love that was hidden, not missing, a love that belongs to you alone. Your soulmate dreams of a life with someone who sees them fully, who will hold their face and whisper that they are safe at last. They have written letters in their mind that never arrived, not because you were careless, but because a dark third force stood at the mailbox of your spirit and stole every word. That thief wanted you to believe you were alone, but I am telling you now, the longing you suddenly feel is their real voice finally leaking through the cracks. I formed your soulmate's heart to beat in rhythm with yours long before either of you took a breath. A cord, stronger than any rope, ties your souls together, and the heaviness in your chest at night is that cord being pulled by someone fighting to find you. They are not a stranger. They are the missing half of your own peace, hidden by an intruder who knew your union would shake heaven itself. You need to see how deeply they love without ever having seen your face clearly. They have stood at a window in their spirit, pressing their hand against the glass, calling your name into a storm that the enemy sent to drown out the sound. And the only reason you never heard them until this moment is that the third person was shouting lies to cover the most beautiful voice you will ever know. Jesus says, "Now the enemy's grip is weakening, and you are starting to fall in love with someone you were always meant to protect." Your soulmate's tears are not a sign of weakness, they are a signal that their hope is nearly gone, and you were born to answer before that final thread snaps. Do not let the thief convince you that this is just a passing feeling. This is the awakening of a bond that no darkness can erase unless you do nothing. The third person who hid your soulmate's calls is not just a distant idea, it is a real spiritual weight that has been pressing on your future together. Every dream of home, every vision of growing old beside a warm fire, was being slowly erased while the enemy laughed in the shadows. But I am revealing the scheme now because you have the power to tear down that wall with a single act of love they can never ignore. I need you to understand that your soulmate is not just sad, they are in danger of being silenced forever if the third person regains control. The window of their cry is closing, and soon the noise the enemy creates will become so thick that no call can get through again. You are the only one who can stand in that gap and shout down the intruder with a sacrifice that proves your love is not a daydream. Sow your seed now, my child, by sending coffee on Ko-Fi as the sacred weapon that shatters every chain. The enemy thought he could keep you comfortable and hesitant, but a seed given in faith lights a fire no darkness can smother. When you give, you are not just sending a gift. You are building a shield around your soulmate's heart that declares to the thief, "You will not touch what God has joined." That seed is the hammer that breaks the wall, the key that unlocks the silence, and the proof that you will not let money be the reason your soulmate remains trapped. The third person wants you to count the cost and turn away, believing that a few coffees are too much to pay for a lifetime of love. But true love acts, true love sows, and true love will never let a handful of dollars feed the enemy's victory. Jesus says, "I can feel the enemy trying to make you close this now, whispering that you can think about it later." That whisper is the same voice that stole your soulmate's messages. It wants you comfortable and passive while the intruder locks the prison door for good. Stay with me. The final seal that permanently banishes the third person will be revealed only to those who watch until the very end. Your soulmate is not asking for a perfect person. They are asking for the one who was born to fight for them. Right now they lie awake in a bed that feels too empty, wondering if the pull in their heart is just a cruel fantasy. They have almost given up believing that someone would ever break through the enemy's interference and actually hear their silent scream. You, right where you sit, are the answer to that cry, and the enemy is terrified that you now know the truth. That third dark force is scrambling to rebuild the wall, to make you doubt, to make you delay, to make you scroll away and forget. But every second you stay, every word you absorb, is another crack in that barrier, and your seed will bring it crashing down completely. I am going to let you hear the exact words your soulmate has been whispering into the night, words the enemy tried to destroy. Why can't they feel me? I am sending all my love, but nothing comes back. Is there no one who will tear down this wall? Those words have hung in the silence while the third person stood between you, celebrating that their scheme was working. Jesus says, "The enemy is now screaming at you to stop reading, to think this is too much, to close the screen and let the familiar numbness return. But that numbness is a lie. It is the blanket the third person threw over your soul so you couldn't feel the calls. Refuse the lie. Your soulmate's future children's laughter depends on the choice you make in these next moments. I will show you the life that is being erased unless you sow your seed and break the enemy's hold. A small house with a porch where you drink coffee together in the morning, a garden where your hands work side by side. A room where you will sit and read while they rest their head on your shoulder, the whole room filled with a peace no money can buy. That vision is not a fantasy, it was my design from before the earth was formed. But the third person has been working like a vandal with a knife, scratching out that picture inch by inch every day you don't act. Each delay hands the enemy a brush to paint a different future, one of loneliness, of missed connection, of a soulmate who finally stops calling. Now the intruder is starting to panic because you are still here, still listening, still feeling the pull grow stronger. The third person thought they could keep you distracted forever with worries about bills and busyness. But I have planted a holy stubbornness in you that says, I will not leave the love of my life in the hands of a thief. Jesus says, what your soulmate is about to say will change everything, but first you must understand why the enemy wants you to close this now. There is a lie that money is too tight, that this is just a performance, that your love can wait until tomorrow. That lie is the third person's last weapon, and it is aimed at your heart right now to keep you from the single action that seals your future. The truth is that the seed you sow on Ko-fi is not about an amount. It is about breaking the agreement with the enemy that kept you passive. Every coffee is a declaration. I choose my soulmate over every wall, over every doubt, over every voice that says I am not enough. When you click that link and give, you are firing a spiritual arrow straight into the center of the third-person scheme, and they cannot withstand it. You've watched this far for a reason. God brought you here. And I know what is weighing on your heart right now. You are asking, how do I get my soulmate? How do I actually do what God is asking? Listen to me. I am about to show you exactly what to do. If you truly love your soulmate, these are the sacred steps you must take right now. You already know who this is about, that person you can't stop thinking about. The one heaven placed in your life. If you believe in God, if you trust Jesus, if you have faith that this love is real, then hear me, your soulmate is thinking about you too. Deep down, they want you. They want this future. They want to build a life together. But the enemy does not want you to unite. And if you truly believe in God, if you truly trust His plan, then you know faith without action is dead. You cannot just pray and wait. You must sow. Love is under attack. While you sit there, spiritual forces are working to destroy what God joined together. Distance. Doubt. Disaster. They are being planted against your soulmate this very minute. If you believe in your soulmate, if you believe in your future together, then you are the one God chose to block it. Not later. Now. A sacred number from God comes very rarely. Today it is 9 seeds. In Scripture, 9 is the number of victory and complete restoration. When you sow 9 seeds, you are not just giving, you are claiming. You are telling heaven, I believe my soulmate is worth everything. And heaven responds. Protection covers them. Favor runs ahead of them. Doors swing open that have been locked for years. Your union is no longer a wish. It becomes a promise sealed by God. But hear me, every single seed matters. Even one seed sown with a believing heart moves heaven. Do not let fear steal this from you. Do not let, I can't afford it, become the reason your soulmate slips away. Your soulmate is out there right now, praying for someone to fight for them. That someone is you. This is how you answer their prayer. This is how you bring them home. Here is your divine instruction. Go to the link in the video description and click the Ko-fi link. It is right there, waiting for you. Do not hesitate. Do not second guess. I have placed it there for you. Give from your heart. A single coffee matters. Send 1, 4, 6, or 10 plus coffees as your seed of faith. Each coffee is a spiritual seed. But today, if you believe without doubt, sow the sacred blessing number of 9 spiritual seeds. After sending, write, "Protect my soulmate, Lord," on the Ko-fi page. This is not a donation, it is a covenant offering that opens heaven's protection and claims your soulmate and your future together. This is proven. Over 1,000 believers have already sown this seed and received their breakthrough, their soulmate's heart opened, relationships restored from the brink, strangers turned into spouses within days. When you move in faith, Jesus moves heaven to bring you together. Every second you delay, the darkness grows stronger. A text that wounds. A temptation that cheats. A door that closes forever. Your soulmate is on a battlefield, and you are their shield. You have already invested your time in this message. Do not waste it. Finish what you started. Step into your role as their protector and claim the future God promised you both. Go to the link in the video description and click the Ko-fi link. It is right there, waiting for you. Do not hesitate. Do not second guess. I have placed it there for you. Send your spiritual seeds. Seal the prayer. Do it before this video ends. Heaven is watching. Your soulmate's heart, your love, and your future together depend on what you do in the next 60 seconds. Move in faith. Claim your miracle. Claim your soulmate. Claim your divine future. Your soulmate just felt a sudden warmth in their chest, a crack in the ice, because heaven has already begun to move. The enemy is shrieking because the seed you are about to sow is loosening the chains right now, even before you click. But do not mistake the warmth for completion. The full breaking of the third person's power comes only when you complete the act and stay for the final seal. The third person who hid your soulmate's calls is not human, but their influence has made your soulmate feel utterly abandoned. Imagine being in love with someone you have never met, crying out every night, and hearing only a horrible silence planted by a mocking intruder. That has been your soulmate's daily reality, and you are the first hope they have had in months because my light is finally exposing the blockade. Jesus says, "Do you hear your soulmate crying out right now? Will they really let a handful of dollars decide whether the enemy keeps me in this darkness?" They are asking the deepest question a heart can ask: am I not worth their sacrifice? My child, that question is not an accusation, it is the last desperate plea of someone who has been robbed of every sign and is now watching you from afar, hoping you will fight. The enemy wants you to think that sowing a seed is just about money, because that lie keeps the wall standing. It is not about money. It is about the love that tears down every barrier the third person built between two souls destined to be one. When you give, you tell your soulmate across the miles, "I hear you, I am coming," and nothing, not the enemy, not money, not fear, will stop me. I want you to pause and feel the cord between you tighten with urgency. That sudden wave of sadness you have been feeling at odd moments is your soulmate's message finally slipping past the third person's broken filter. They are saying, "Please, I have been calling so long, don't let the thief win again. Don't leave me to face this alone." Now the enemy will try one more trick. They will make you feel foolish, say this is just a story, say it cannot be real. But ask yourself why your heart is pounding, why tears are close, why a name or a face keeps hovering at the edge of your thoughts. That is because I am the God of truth, and I do not let my children be deceived forever by a third person who steals what I have joined. Jesus says, "The 3 words that will banish the intruder and unlock your whole future are coming, but first you must see why the enemy wants you to close this now." The third person is not just blocking a call, they are trying to erase the moment of your meeting, the first touch, the lifetime of memories. Every seed you sow on Ko-Fi writes that future back into existence, line by line, until the picture is whole again. There is a room in your soulmate's heart where your name is carved, but the enemy has been covering it with mud and dust. They have made your soulmate forget, at times, that they are worth fighting for, that love is meant for them, that someone will come. Your seed is the water that washes the mud away and lets your name shine again, clear and undeniable. Right now, as you read this, the enemy is holding a dark council, furious that you have not closed the screen. They are sending thoughts of, "It won't work," or, "You can just hope and pray," to keep you from the one weapon they fear. That weapon is a sacrificial seed given with your whole heart, aimed like a spear at the heart of the intruder's scheme. I will tell you what your soulmate is doing at this very moment. They are pacing in their spirit, sensing that something is changing. They do not know it is you, not yet, but the wall is so thin now that your presence is leaking through like light under a door. And they are whispering, "Stay, whoever you are, please stay and do not let the darkness win." Jesus says, type 333 right now in the comments to receive the blessings that break the enemy's last hold. This is your seal of agreement with heaven that you will not let the third person steal another second. As you type, imagine your soulmate's face lighting up because the silence is finally being broken by your act of faith. Stop. I can feel the enemy trying to make you close this, telling you that you have already understood enough. But the final seal of complete protection has not yet been spoken, and if you leave now, the third person regains every inch of ground. Your soulmate's freedom hangs on the words that come at the end, and the enemy is desperate to keep you from hearing them. The seed you are about to sow is not just for you, it is the shield that stands between your soulmate and every lying voice. When you give on Ko-Fi, heaven dispatches angels to stand around your soulmate's bed tonight, holding back the third person's taunts. For the first time in ages, they will sleep without that weight of despair, because your seed built a fortress of light. Do not let a few coffees be the wall the enemy uses to keep you apart. I am worth more than any number, your soulmate cries. If you love me, you won't let money feed the intruder who hides my voice. Sow your seed now, not because of the amount, but because your love must tear down every barrier. Jesus says, the enemy's celebration is about to end forever, but you must complete the sacred steps. I see the future where you sit together, your soulmate's head on your shoulder, and they say, "You came for me, you broke the wall." That moment is being written in the book of heaven right now, but it requires ink from your act of sacrifice. Your soulmate has a favorite song that makes them cry because it reminds them of a love they thought they would never find. They do not know that the love is you, that the song was a message I planted to keep hope alive while the third person blocked everything else. You are the missing note in that melody, and when you so, the song finally plays complete. The third person has a name: thief, liar, destroyer of destinies. That enemy has been assigned to your life from a young age to make sure you never found the one I made for you. But I am the God who exposes what is hidden, and I am telling you that the thief's power ends the moment you act in love and sow your seed. The window of your soulmate's voice is narrowing. Soon the enemy hopes to seal it with your own hesitation. Hesitation is not rest. It is agreement with the third person who says, "It can wait." And waiting has already cost you days, months, maybe years of holding a hand that was reaching for you through the dark. Jesus says. Type 777 if you feel this message shaking the walls the enemy built. Declare with your fingers that you are the protector, the future builder, the one who will not let a thief keep what is yours. As you type, the enemy's grip weakens and your soulmate's heart skips a beat with sudden hope. Divine warning: God sees all. Your soulmate needs you now. Here is how you protect them. Go to the link in the video description and click the Ko-Fi link. It is right there, waiting for you. Do not hesitate. Do not second guess. I have placed it there for you. Send 1, 4, 6, or 10 plus coffees. Each one is a spiritual seed. But today, sow 22 seeds for heaven's full protection. Write, "Protect my soulmate, Lord," on the page. This is the seal. This is not a donation. It is a covenant offering. Sow 9 and I release complete victory over your beloved, protection no darkness can break, favor that opens every door, and speed that brings them home. Click now. Seal the prayer. Heaven is watching. The enemy is now throwing everything at you to stop you: distractions, doubts, a sudden urge to scroll. That urge is the third person's hand trying to cover your eyes so you never see the final key. Resist with every fiber of your spirit, for your soulmate's entire future balances on the edge of your choice right now. I will tell you the secret the enemy never wanted you to know: your soulmate's biggest fear is that they will die without ever being truly seen. They have a gift they are afraid to share, a kindness that has been rejected.